Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
It was about 2 years ago when we asked you, our viewers across the FM area, your opinions regarding refugee resettlement.
Now, roughly 6 months into President Trump's administration, we're seeing refugee admissions slowing. That debate has now become a national one, a shifting landscape of travel bans, executive orders, and court rulings.
So how is North Dakota's lone resettlement agency navigating these waters? Valley News Team's immigration and relocation reporter Bradford Eric again sits down with Lutheran Social Services.
So I would describe it as almost a roller coaster of changes.
Shirley Dykeshorn says it's been almost a daily change for Lutheran Social Services as they weather the revisions to travel bans. The debate with resettlement is now woven into the national landscape. Roughly a week after his inauguration, the president issues his first travel ban executive order, banning for 90 days entry to the U.S. by citizens from 7 Muslim-majority countries. Protests follow. That order is blocked by federal judges and ultimately struck down. Early March, a new executive order is issued. This travel ban removing Iraq from the list of exclusions, and currently the U.S. Supreme Court temporarily upholds portions of that, allowing certain categories of refugees entry to the country.
I think we've run into more difficulties where we are securing apartments and making plans for the individuals who are to arrive, and then everything gets put on hold. So if the families don't come, then you have to undo what you've made arrangements for. It's a lot of additional work.
We saw this situation at the end of June. Then a spokesperson for LSS saying several resettlement cases in Grand Forks were being affected by the changing travel ban landscape. So far in North Dakota, since President Trump took office, we've seen 189 refugee arrivals. Last fiscal year for the same time period, that number was 271.
The cases that we have been resettling have been family tie cases. So that will continue to be what is allowed, is where you have family members who are rejoining other family in the community. They've been allowed to travel.
Nationally, we hit the new refugee quota 2 weeks ago. Former President Obama set the ceiling at 110,000. Part of President Trump's current travel ban lowers that by more than half to 50,000. Moving forward, the State Department says admissions will slow, and only those with a credible claim to a relationship with someone in the U.S. will be allowed.
The uncertainty affects the staff, and the funding levels will affect what we're able to do going forward. So we just take it a day at a time, because certainly in the last few months there have been lots of changes.
What looms now for the agency is a biennium study approved by the North Dakota legislature, wherein the refugee resettlement program and its effects will be looked at. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
LSS says they have not laid off any staff within the resettlement department at this time. We also asked, are they now focusing their efforts on other programs within the agency? They answered no. They are still operating as normal across their various departments.
Fargo police need help identifying a suspect that they say committed vandalism near downtown Fargo late last month. It happened at 1026 NP Avenue. These photos were taken from security camera footage at that location and show the suspect. Here's video of the vandalism. At least 8 cars and parts of the apartment building were vandalized. At the time, investigators said that they had a suspect, but now are asking for your help. If you have information regarding this crime, call Fargo Police tip line 701-241-5777.
It's been over 50 days since the owner of Romo's Mexican restaurant in Fargo, Rodolfo Romo Garcia, was reported missing by family members. So Valley News Live did some digging into court documents. Before Romo Garcia was reported missing, officers had been called to his South Fargo home several times on May 30th. He hadn't shown up for work that day or the day before. We know there were no documented cash deposits into his business account, and that he took out a $25,000 loan before he disappeared. His business partner told investigators he gave Romo Garcia $25,000 to partner with him in an Indian restaurant. Also, employee paychecks were bouncing, and several men stopped by the restaurant claiming Romo Garcia owed them money. In one case, it was between $60,000 and $80,000. We know family members are worried because of threats over the alleged large amounts of money owed. Homeland Security says Romo Garcia hasn't traveled outside the country since being reported missing. Also, investigators have requested his phone records. If you want to read the full report, head over to valleynewslive.com and click on this story.
In tonight's Schemes and Ripoffs, WeFest tickets, the countdown is on for the popular country music festival. And there may be some of you trying to get tickets.
But how can you tell if the ones online are legit? Valley News Team's Cornelia Soccer was in Detroit Lakes today to find out how you can make sure your tickets are the real deal.
It's a ghost town right now at Sioux Pass Ranch, home of the oh-so-popular WeFest. Before this campground turns into a weekend full of country music, you have to buy tickets. And that's where things could go wrong for some people.
I actually do know a lot of people that have actually bought the tickets online and they do get scammed and it never works out well for them.
Carly Wadle plans on heading out to WeFest this year, and after seeing several friends get scammed by tickets being sold like this, she's not taking any chances.
I buy the tickets from the real website just because I know that they're actually going to be like there and everything, and from Facebook or like Craigslist, like it never actually like goes out for me.
I know there's a lot of people scamming out there, you know, scalping tickets, that sort of thing. So I would want to make sure that I got a real ticket.
Raina Bergseth says she gets it. People are looking for a deal, but says it's ultimately up to you, the buyer, to figure out if the person you're buying the tickets from can be trusted.
Make sure you do your research. If it feels like it's not a good deal or it's too good to be true, then it probably is.
From Detroit Lakes, Cornelius Hawker, Valley News Live.
WeFest organizers say if you get scammed with fake tickets, there's nothing they can do to help you out.
Senator John McCain will be back with the U.S. Senate tomorrow after being diagnosed with brain cancer. His office said tonight that Senator McCain looks forward to returning to continue working on important legislation. His return gives the GOP push to repeal and replace Obamacare a boost of momentum. McCain was absent last week after having a blood clot removed from above his left eye, and it was unclear if he would return for the vote.
A federal judge gives the go-ahead for the Trump administration to collect voter data information. A privacy group had sued to stop the Election Integrity Commission from gathering data about voters. Numerous states declined to provide some or all of the records. Privacy groups sued on constitutional grounds, but Justice Department lawyers say there is no privacy threat because the information would be uploaded via a secure military website and then transferred to White House computers.
Beer for a Good Cause, a local brewing company, teamed up with a nonprofit to help bring more affordable medical supplies to people in the area. Fargo Brewing Company hosted the Hops for Hero tonight. Hero is the healthcare equipment recycling organization, a Fargo-based organization that helps people either caring for themselves or someone else get the supplies they need. Fargo Brewing donated $1 per pint to the organization that also helps provide affordable options.
Lots of home care supplies, people who are caring for a parent at home or who have a home care provider get products from us at low or no cost, depending on whether they meet financial requirements.
Last year, the organization provided items for more than 5,500 individuals in need.
Wheelchairs can be extremely expensive, especially for children, but there are now some alternatives that weren't around 10 years ago. As part of a service project, University of Mary engineering and physical therapy students are working together to give kids the ability to drive, at least around the yard. Students will modify 3 electric cars for children with disabilities. The project is partnered with Go Baby Go, a nonprofit from Delaware that provides wheelchair alternatives and gives children independence.
They can choose when they want to move and when they don't, which is the goal of what we want to accomplish. And so we are going to work over the next couple of weeks to adapt the car to support them where they need support.
The cars will take 2 to 3 weeks to complete, then they'll be presented to families.